Hello, and welcome to Novation Consulting. I am Abby, the founder and the CEO of Novation. I am a independent contractor for various organization that I'm working with. And today I wanted to stop by and talk a little bit about um, navigating your way through a toxic workplace. What does that mean? Now, with the various stressors that are going on in the country and also in the community, right? About politics and all the dynamics that goes with that. Sometimes those type of unfortunate realities spill into the workplace where veterans feel entitled to whatever it is and sometimes take their frustration out of new workers that comes through or new leadership that comes through, and sometimes it causes a entanglement. In my words that I used to say, kerfuffle, whatever that means. And so I wanted to kind of share some spotlight on that, and you know, have us think about what toxic workplace or work environment means for us. A toxic work environment will be a hostile work environment where this worker doesn't talk to their coworkers. They are always at each other's throat. The supervisor shows disdain for their frontline workers or their team members. They show disdain towards their colleagues, their peers, as well as leadership. And it all around creates an environment where the right hand is not talking to the left hand. The right hand thinks that the left hand is out to get them. The head is thinking about the neck is out there to get them. So it's like a whole entanglement of kerfuffles, right? And so, with that said, how do you, as a person, survive such an environment? How can you, in your own small way, create a space where it attracts positive um, colleagues and coworkers and positive work environment all around? I know this toxic work environment or hostile work environment is not unique to one sector of the, you know, workforce versus the other. So it's true in warehouses. So that is true in hospitals. So it's true in Fortune 500 companies. So it's true in engineering. So it's true in all these other industries that is out there. This is part of human nature. That's part of the dynamic of human nature. How can we coexist in the space, irrespective of what you do? That we can all be in that space for however long we're working for and not be at each other's throat. One thing I think that sometimes we forget based on the position or your role, especially if you're a frontline worker, you feel you have no voice and you don't want to do anything for you to get fired. This is a legitimate fear. This is a legitimate concern. And because of that, you endure and you endure. You don't have to endure. You don't have to continue to be part of these God forsaken work environment. For new perspective workers that are going out there in the community to go find you an employment, there are specific things that you will have to keep in mind and ask questions. before you step foot there to understand the dynamics, what the work culture is. So if during your interview, it's important to ask about the dynamic of their workplace. How does the team get along? How does the management get along with the frontline workers? How is appreciation and recognition happening in these environment? Is management you know sharing the spotlight on people that does fantastic jobs? How does employee appreciation look like? Do they even have such a thing in that organization? These are all good questions to ask, so you know what you are getting yourself into, so it won't be a shock when you get there and things are not where you see it to be, right? What can you, as a leader who is to an organization, because right now we have a whole lot of turnover, we have a whole lot of new management coming through to various organizations. How can you, the new leader, navigate your way in this complex circumstances of having veteran frontline workers and you have to lead them? It's important to keep in mind not to give up based on the first couple of interactions you have with them. Stay positive, stay inclusive, listen to their frustration. There might be a good underlying reason why they're acting the way they act. You don't know the dynamics of what they have to endure before you got there. So it's important to take a step back, to listen to them, to process with them. Ask them, how do you want me to help support you become successful at your, work, day to day work? What can I do differently for you to succeed? Recognize them when they do something good. Have a sit down conversation when they do something wrong or they fail to meet expectations. It's important sometimes to deliver the bad news. They may not want to hear it, but when they think about it, they know you are there to help them. So it's important to make sure that communication is key. When you are frustrated with one person, don't go out there and spread all the news about how that person make you feel. Rather, have a sit down with that particular person and have that conversation with them. So please make sure that you are doing these exceptional little things to um, to help individuals navigate through this, your team to navigate through this. A lot of these corporate relationships are now going down the drain. A lot of, kinship, I call it, or in person conversations and getting to know your neighbors and making friends organically out there in the community has now all gone out the drain. So human contact has now become very restricted, and because of that may have impacted how we relate to each other at the workplace. So please do not show favoritism as a leader. Treat everybody equal. Make sure that you are doing a mental health check ins with your team members. Give them a mental health break a little bit so they can take some time away to regroup and breathe. As a individual staff member or frontline worker, it's important to make sure you're taking a little bit of break. Check in with yourself. How am I doing today? The expectation is for your leaders to check in with you, but if they're not doing it, check in with yourself. How am I doing today? It's okay to have a little self talk, a little bit. Cheer yourself up, listening to music if that calms you. Take a little bit, 2 minute, 3 minute, 5 minutes break throughout your day so you can get yourself recharged to finish out your shift. If you're a leader, take a little 5 minute break for yourself as well. But check in with your team members, have a one on one, have a group check ins. Let them know you're there for them. Provide them support, if although resources may be limited. Make lemonade out of lemons. Don't just point fingers. Positive work environment make dreams happen. So please support one another. Connect with one another. Get to know your team members. Don't drive the new employees away because they're there to help you. Please embrace them. Let them feel right at home. You will be surprised at the things they know that can help with whatever you guys are working with. Well, if it's healthcare, how you can navigate through difficult clients. They may have some tips because they have fresh eyes looking at it. If you are in carpentry, whatever your workplace is, just listen to one another. That can change the world. Check in with yourself and make sure that you have your mind in the space where you embrace that positive of your work environment. I need everyone to see the glass half full, not the empty part. It's very tough with the current environment that we live in right now. And I need for us to pause and hold each other, embrace one another together. And that's how we get through this trying times. Keep in touch with your families, keep in touch with your friends. If you don't have friends, that's okay. Begin to make new ones. You can make friends at work, you can make friends in the church, make friends in the store, wherever you see. Connect with them, spend time with them. Spend time with your families. Let them know you love them. And have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. Thank you, everybody, for your time.